take advantage and useme umeenda kusoma huko but uhamie huko?
Well, you see now, that's a very good question. But you see, us as a program, it has to be, you have to be a committed student. You have to be actually be a student for you to get into the program. Because sometimes we get people, when wanataka mtu anataka anasikia, mimi nataka kwenda, nataka kutoka huku niende. But now, you see, kama you are not really a committed student, when unataka kwenda tu, unataka tu relocate to the other side, we can't really support you because at the end of the day, unajua sasa tunakupatia pesa. And by the way, hizi loans zetu ni unsecured. So you're not even giving us anything. So it's a very risky loan.
Yes.
Ya kupea mtu. It's unsecured. So we do look at a lot of things, qualifications, hizo vitu zote, just to make sure that anybody who is coming through the program, si mtu mwenye anaweza misuse, ndio anataka kwenda afike pande ile alafu tumemfacilitate kila kitu mpaka kwenda alafu si student. So we always make sure that we get the right student. So we are very picky, by the way, in terms of in terms of those that we accept. So also another thing, huwa tuna accept mtu mwenye anataka kufanya STEM. STEM means science, technology, engineering, math for the masters. But whatever you'll have done for undergrad, we don't really care much as long as you have your bachelor's. No matter, of course, your bachelor's, at least uko na second class lower when you cost strong. Kama umepita hiyo na ulikuwa na C+ KCSE, you are fit to get into the program. But as long as you're interested in STEM ya masters.
STEM ya masters.
Umeanza kushtuka?
Mimi ni kama umeanza kunitoa nje. Kwa sababu but it makes sense. It makes sense juu biko akili yangu, I'm like, if I go there and I want to study, nikishamaliza miaka zangu 2 ama mwaka yangu mmoja and I want to stay there, will you support me? Like, will you guide me and tell me this is what you do? Because you, as when you mentioned here, you went there to study. And now you're staying there. How did you transform?
By the way, inakuanga swali sana. So if that's what you're asking, so it's very possible. You see, the good thing with the US, the US actually gives you the opportunity to look for work once you're done with school. There's usually a work authorization and you apply. If you graduate, you apply for that work authorization. If you're going to pursue a STEM program, you get up to 3 years of work authorization. And that gives you enough time to start looking for a job. Alafu, you also, if you want to stay there, for example, of course, because I know most people out there, hata kama wane, for example, utaki hata kukaa for just after my graduate, ukae for just 3 years. Maybe you want to stay longer than that, like me, when you 15 years. So basically what you can do, your authorization at 3 years, usually now, around that time, you have to look for a company that can sponsor you to stay there long term.
There are companies that do that.
You know, American companies, they are allowed to hire foreigners, but as long as you can skills, and most Americans are one. And that's why also we focus on STEM, because those STEM skills, they are not like everywhere. So there's chances that you can actually get a job, because at the end of the day, remember, this is unsecured loan. Don't want you to give you a loan, then you can't repay because utapata kazi.
That's true.
So we have to really be very specific in what we really want. But yes, there's opportunities for job after graduation. And you know, that's what I did actually. So nilienda huko nika graduate, and then I got a very nice job. Nilikuwa nafanya job as a systems analyst. I used to work for some of the biggest organizations on the other side. Worked for about 5 years, and then after that, I left the job to start what we run now in 2018.
But you have a very good heart.
Asante.
Of helping people, because nakaa hivi nashangaa yani umekaa chini ukafikiria tu kusaidia, especially I feel it's not just in Kenya, right? Even people in Tanzania or wherever, Uganda. Is it like East African based program or is just Kenyan? So
by the way, tulianza na Kenya, and that's also why we had named the program the Kenya Airlift Program, because it was specifically for Kenyans. Because you see, me going to the US, actually, there's a lot of challenges that I personally faced. In terms of, I was denied visa so many times. I was denied visa 4 times.
For real?
4 times. I got to the US at my 5th attempt. So, of course, and even figuring out the school and the Somia, so I didn't know a lot of those things. But of course, the biggest challenge always for so many African students is usually pesa itatoka wapi, honestly, because hata hapa, a lot of people hata kusoma hapa yenyewe ni shida. So you can imagine sasa having to figure out where to get all the millions that is needed on the other side. So I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I really needed to solve something for our people. Yeah, so I quit my job. I had a very, very, very well-paying job.
You quit your job?
I left a job that I was making over $1 million plus a month to start this thing. Yeah. Yeah. So started in 2018 very slowly. Of course, a lot of people, watu wako wanaamini what you were doing, because you know at the time also we didn't have a lot of benefits, like we didn't have anything to show. So most people used to ask us like, oh, unataka kunipeleka America, unilipei pesa yote, umepeleka nani? You see, so those are the questions that we used to get asked a lot those early days. But of course, with time, we've been able to prove ourselves as a program. Currently, we have about 500 students already in the US.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Yeah. So about 500 students currently over there. We have a community of about 2,000 already in the program who are in the process. Yeah, so, but the process enyewe, it's a process that usually takes a lot of time, averagely about a year. So hata ukianza saa hizi si tunaenda kesho ati sijui December sijui uko majuu, hapana.
Inakaa?
Yeah, inakaanga sana. And I always like, for example, even your audience who are watching,
yes.
If you watch this video and you are interested in this whole thing, don't just start going out there and saying, oh, naenda America the next day, because you never, because that process actually can even take longer than a year.
Okay.
One reason is because there are some aspects of the process that sometimes you don't have control of.
That is true.
Unaweza ingia kwa program because kuna exam zenye utafanya also itawajima kama GRE exam ya hesabu na kizungu. Yeah, so kuna hizo exam, of course you have to pass them, but the pass mark yetu ikwangi very high, so it's very manageable. But of course also there is also another thing that people always ask about visas. Like for example, if I start this process, is the visas guaranteed and things like those. So usually really somebody asks me that, I normally tell them the visas are not guaranteed because me personally also hata nilikuwa nimenyimwa visa. So it's always very important that you manage the expectation in terms of unaweza nyimwa visa.
That is true.
Na ukinyimwa si at the process just ends. You can go again, retry, apply for the visa and keep on and applying until you get the visa. Yeah, so very, very important that somebody understands that your story of visa, it's not really guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because also it's one of those reasons why sometimes industry people tend, because people don't know what is really needed. Sometimes unaweza ingia kwa hii process alafu sasa unyume uanze ku blame the other party.
Exactly.
Na industry yetu it's very dicey in terms of penye watu wanakuwa sijui scammed sijui nini. So it's very, very important that you know that visa inaweza kuwa issue, but that's not to say that you should stop the process, because you can be denied once and then go again and reapply. Keep on reapplying until you get the visa. Kama mimi wenye nilipata at the fifth attempt, you can basically do the same thing.
Okay.
You are watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, presented to you by the International Scholars Program. The International Scholars Program is an award-winning international education financing scheme that helps bright students to pursue graduate studies abroad regardless of their financial background. You can find our programs by going to www.internationalscholarsprogram.com. The International Scholars Program, empowering dreams.
I like the honesty that you have in there. Si ati unatuzia heo, unatuambia
ni kwanza
what I'll offer is this story.
Kwanza kuna wengine mpaka mtu anakuambia hata atakutafutia visa. No.
I like how honest you are. That is
very important.
Yeah, it is very important to be honest. Pia like he said, stories are visa, he can't control, to be honest. So in terms ya kwenda kusoma, whatever you want is there to guide you and to help you. And any question that you guys might be having, you can ask on the comment section as we try catch up and know venye mambo inaenda. Mambo ni vulai jamani. Mambo ni vulai. Alafu he can tell us about you now rebranding from Kenyan Airlift Program to the other name. Nice.
Yeah, so we started as the Kenya Airlift Program. But of course, with our successes, we started getting a lot of students who are interested in the program who are not really Kenyans. Currently, tuko na students hata wa kutoka Sierra Leone, Liberia, Togo, Tanzania. We have students from Zambia, Nigeria, Ghana. So at some point we felt like, we really needed to accommodate them.
Okay.
Because in as much as walikuwa kwa program, you see now when the program is being known as Kenya, still, so we are kind of like we are Kenyan, so although we have other nationalities. So we felt it was very, very important for us to rebrand, and that's really what we are working on currently. So our program now is being known as International Scholars Program.
International Scholars
International Scholars Program. We are basically in the process of the rebranding. But we expect to fully rebrand by 1st of January of 2025. So between now and then, it's a lot of chaos here and there. Of course, we're trying to put systems in place that reflect the new brand. But on January 1st, we expect to be fully International Scholars Program.
That is perfect. So I hope you guys have learned something from the conversation. And in case you feel like you want to travel, don't worry, because we got you covered. You can just call. Do you have like a number that they can call or a link?
Yeah, actually, if you're watching this and you're interested in what we are doing, you're out there, you have your bachelor's, you want to try and go and pursue your dreams abroad. Usually the best way to reach out to us is basically to go to our website, which is www.kenyaairliftprogram.com, or you can also go to, if by the time you are watching this, already rebrand, you can go to www.internationalscholarsprogram.com. Program, you spell it as PROGRAM. Go there, download our handbook, just go through it, get to understand how the program works. Our terms and conditions, vitu kama hizo vitu zote, uelewe tu how the whole thing works. And then if you are comfortable, then you make an application. It's also done online. And then once you make that application, once we receive the application, we normally approve you within 24 to 48 hours. And then once you get approved, then you can join the program. Now, to join the program, because also sometimes you get a lot of people calling, I heard about this scholarship thing. You guys are giving scholarships and all that. The program is not really entirely a scholarship thing. As you've heard, it's basically we are financing you through a loan that you have to pay. And also, additionally, by the way, something that I did say is that we also have partnerships with universities on the other side. I also give us some waivers, tuition fee waivers and all that, but it's not full. Like it's not like a full scholarship thing. For example, our university is giving us like 1 million Kenya shillings, but still you have like 4 million to figure out where to itatoka wapi, and hiyo sasa ndio tuna finance through a student loan. Alright, so kuingia kwa program, you normally pay $1,100, which is pretty much the contribution to get in. And then once you get in, then now we start the process. Unaanza kutrain hizo exams. Then after that, we apply for schools. Then after that, funding. Then we prep you for the visa. Also, in as much as we are saying the visa is not guaranteed, also we put in a lot of effort actually to make sure that even by the time you go to the embassy, you know what to expect. We prepare you, we have mock interviews and all those things, just to make sure that by the time you're going there, you know what to expect and all that. And then after that, ukipata visa, we get your air ticket, and then we make the arrangements when you pick you on the other side, all that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so that's how it works. In terms of our refund policies, once you contribute your 1,100, we normally we have a refund policy that says if you've been in the program for more than 6 months, we can't really give you back anything. So that means you have to be a very, very committed student. We don't want you to get in and then uko na mambo mingi unafanya alafu uko committed. So because you don't really want to lose your money. So that's really how it works. So again, the best way to go about this is to basically go to our website and just go there, download the handbook, go through it, apply from there. Contact details ziko. When you wanataka kuja physically to our office, we're actually located at the Mirage in Westlands. That's on Tower 1, and it's 8th floor. And iko tu hapa Westlands hapa Nairobi. We have an office there. Mtu anaweza kuja huko alafu ulizie.
Thank you for also thinking about what when you try. Some of us we believe what we see. In case you guys you want to visit like the physical office, as you said, iko hapa Mirage Tower 1, 8th floor, and you're gonna get sorted and everything. But in case una feel ni kama unataka ku apply pale online, I got you covered, because you can actually use the link ambayo nimekuwekea hapo kwenye comment section and you can register and you can apply. It's just a $1,100. We just say that is like a registration fee. What do you call that?
We call it the contribution into the program.
Or contribution
to the program. Yeah.
Okay.
Application utajaza tu application hapo alafu tuangalie you approve ndio sasa unalipa what you need to pay.
That is okay.
Yeah. Otherwise for everybody else who would like to get in touch with me personally, unifuate. Niko kwa YouTube. Hapana, si YouTube, sorry. Niko kwa Facebook. I'm very active on Facebook.
Nimeona hivyo, si ndio? Facebook yako 161,000 followers.
Niko na 161. Kwenda huko. Wewe wacha.
He's verified. Mimi niko na 200,000 and I'm not verified. We'll talk behind the curtains. You tell me how nafaa kufanya nini because but you guys can go follow him on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Can you tell us again?
Yeah, Facebook I go by Bob Mwiti on Facebook. Instagram it's Bob Mwiti as well. I am also on TikTok. I'm also on LinkedIn. Which is other social media thing? Yeah, hizo zote niko.
So TikTok uko pia?
TikTok niko.
So napita challenge kupita.
Yeah, TikTok. You see now the thing is I have my team that normally manages my accounts. So account yenye mimi nakuanga personally ndio na post ni account yangu ya Facebook. That's the one that I'm very active. Hizo zingine ni timu yangu tu ina mimi hata sijui TikTok venye but I think I need to be on TikTok now.
Please do.
I need to be on TikTok.
Tutafanya challenge.
Tutafanya, si ndio? Yeah. So we'll start doing that actually. We'll start kwanza wewe utanionyesha venye inafaa ikwe.
I'll show you my ways as you show me your ways of being verified.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So YouTube we have a company's YouTube page which is actually I would advise anybody who is really much interested in this whole thing. They need to go on our YouTube alafu angalie some of our beneficiaries stories. Saa zingine kusikia tu it's not enough. Also you need to see who are these people who have benefited. We share a lot of those stories, graduations za students wetu ziko, ma student huko wakiwa wamenunua magari, wakiwa wamepata majob, interviews zao, ziko kila kitu iko kwa hiyo YouTube. And the YouTube name is International Scholars Program.
Msha change the name.
Tumechange,
Okay, no problem. International Scholars Program. You guys can go check it out on on YouTube. Just watch some of the testimonials and just see how everything has worked for them. In case mseme sijui tunakuzia hewa pana.
I know, right?
Kuna kila kitu hata ofisi kama hapa Miraji jamani. Just make sure that you reach there and see what they are doing. Your final remarks?
My final remarks, if you're out there and you're interested in this process, my message to you is you really have to be very patient, and also you have to be somebody who is resilient. Patient because, like I said, this process can be very long, at least a year on average, but also it can even take longer depending on how things work out. But also it's a process that also requires you to be somebody who can fall down, wake up, dust yourself and keep moving. Because as zingine unapatanga mtu amenyuma tu visa once and then they just give up. So if I gave up those days when I was getting denied visa, those days 4 times, I wouldn't be here today trying to help somebody else. So my message to you is just be somebody who is patient and resilient. If you don't have those 2 things, it's gonna be very hard for you to really like succeed in the process. So that's my message.
Wow, thank you so much for the honesty and everything. We really do appreciate you. Continue having the heart of helping and also doing great job out there.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to tell you that we as Team Sonie, we appreciate you and we look forward to working with you even much. Acha kwanza nifanye bachelor yangu ndio nikiataka kufika Florida na Minnesota. Minnesota is not my New York.
Wewe kuja New York ama ukuja Florida.
Acha nianze na story ya visa. And then the rest will follow. You guys can go follow him on his social media platforms and share the handles and see what he does. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.
You have been watching Success with Bob Mwiti Show, brought to you by the International Scholars Program. Come back again next time to learn concepts, tools, strategies, and resources on the path of becoming a successful international student abroad through real-life experiences. Be sure to subscribe to the International Scholars Program on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.